Get it here.
You just stay on the mic and we good to go. Oh, that's your toe?
That was my toe.
It
was my toe.
my toe. Ninja Turtles. I apologize. Sorry about that.
I'm a steamroller too.
And that's about 269 pounds coming down on there now.
I thought you lose weight.
I did.
You mean 206 or 9?
I don't know how much I weigh.
I think you're doing that on purpose.
I know I started, it was about 246 or 250 I started the year at. The last time I weighed, I was 208 pounds. That
and
was sometime in October.
You was like, that's a win. I don't want to see anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to see anymore. Because my aim was to hit 210 by my birthday, which is on November the 15th. And I hit 208 mid-October. So I am really very curious to see how much I will weigh.
On your birthday. So
on my birthday, God's
so that's
life.
like a surprise to yourself.
Yeah. How much you think? You think I'll be heavier than the 208?
It depends on where are you measuring before your birthday?
No, what I will do is on my birthday, God willing.
Before you eat?
I will wake up.
Before you eat?
I will use the bathroom. Before I eat.
Take a dull class.
I will weigh. And I'll see. Oh my goodness, my knee.
That was from a toe.
Gosh. That's not the first time I hit my knee on this protruding board here.
I don't know why you build this thing so distributed. I tell you, I wanted a bigger overhang than this.
I have good overhang here, man.
That's why you keep it in your knee?
Yes, probably. Oh, yeah, it's just like about a foot.
No, it's not even. It's about...
A foot overhang. So you'd like more overhang with the island?
Yeah, I always wanted.
Okay.
But this was the size granite we could get because they have like these pre-made slabs to just rest onto island because it's a lot cheaper than having to buy. What is that? Oh, it's Monday.
Oh, it's Monday.
Monday
is Monday,
Cora.
10:37. Monday the 11th of November. And we will hear music in Cora here till like about 3 a.m. in the morning.
1 in the morning.
4 o'clock.
I'd be up at 3 a.m. anymore.
There's a special candidate that drives past and
Slows down.
rock the houses. Is like the sole
Slows
intention is to slow down according to Kimberly.
Slows down.
And
You
to
could hear the
rock
whole
joint.
Faluma ding 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 all the way down the road.
and literally the windows are vibrating in the frame. It's fantastic. You can imagine sitting down in that car.
If you're living in Cora, make sure you're asleep before 12:30.
Yeah, because chances are you'll get up.
You'll wake up.
Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for all the support that you lent to the channels, to Kimberly's channel, to Mom and Dad's channel, to Lasana's channel, to my channel. On behalf of other YouTubers and content creators,
Thanks for the support.
thanks for the support. It means a lot.
Yeah, because all they could be watching TV. All they could be watching all these lovely shows on Netflix, on YouTube, on Amazon Prime. You could be talking to your family by watching me.
Yeah. You know what's, no, I hear what you say. No, but on that note, you know what's something I struggle with as a content creator? We are having,
Lisp.
apart from that, we are having, we are having a very casual conversation here, right? And when I have these very casual conversations that feel like there's not a lot of thought that has gone into it, I struggle with that type of content as a content creator. Because I feel like I am not doing, I'm not giving value to the viewer.
Yeah.
As, hey, this is something that I could learn about wedding photography. I could learn about coffee. I could learn about how to mold a pepper tree the right way if I'm working with Farmer Harry. Or how to build a matchan with Mr. Bat. Things that
matchan. Hey, his birthday coming up too.
His birthday is tomorrow. I don't know when you'll see this video.
It's the 12th of November.
Yeah, the 12th of November is Mr. Bat's birthday. So that is something that I struggle with as a content creator.
So you feel like you need to prepare something in order for it to have substance?
Yes. Substance to the viewer.
Okay.
I do.
I think that's where we differ. Because I don't know, I think I like...
Could just go with it.
I do my best work when I'm off the cuff or when I like last minute. Like all my projects from school, everything was like last minute. I think there's something about the pressure. Just like diamond.
But if you had to if you had to,
I guess in that hour.
if you had to try to quantify it
Sleepy.
right now, I mean, it'll be hard to think about, but what's the value that you're giving to the viewer right now? In fact,
I'm making you laugh. This is your daily boost or jolt of giggles. I hope I'm making you laugh. At least I'm making somebody
I
laugh.
don't know where you get that impression
Myself.
from. And if you're making yourself laugh, chances are.
They will laugh at me, so either way, working.
So I am curious, now that we're on the topic, that if there is some sort of value that you're getting from this video right now, whatever form it takes, whether it's relaxation or whether it is, why am I watching
them
this?
again.
What, them again, boy?
And you realize you're 10 minutes into the video and it's like, oh, how I get them 10 minutes and you watched until the end.
It's a little bit baffling, but I'd love to know down in the comment section if it is you like maybe more relaxed viewing like this and see where it leads. I enjoyed the conversation with Kimberly, my wife.
I would hope so.
Occasionally.
I took off the gun from one ear, so it's not, you can see where you want now.
But yeah, I'd love to know. And I think maybe because it feels like it have to have a plan, at times I might put you under pressure with it because it's like, okay, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, and then I will tell you no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's a little too thought out.
You see, sometimes I have problems with things being too rigid because...
I have that problem too.
No, you don't. See, giggles. No, it's like when you're pigeonhole. Okay, so case in point. When you tell me not to do something, I can't stop thinking about it. So it's like I have been unintentionally intermittent fasting for ever because I don't usually eat breakfast, right? As you know, I'm too busy. I just leave the house and 10 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of hungry, and you still do eat because you're doing work, and then you end up eating at lunchtime. That's just my habit. Sometimes, on the off chance I had some time, I might pack some veggies, pack some oats, pack a bagel, pack something, and eat it, right? But generally, I'm very good at intermittent fasting, just out of necessity. Someday somebody was like, was it you? Tell me to try it. It's like, you should try the intermittent fasting, I was like, well, okay. I swear I was hungry at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, so it registered now.
Oh, no, it wasn't you. It was the blood test I had to take. I had to take a blood test, so I had to fast. Oh, so first I can't have coffee, which was strike one, because even though I don't eat, I still have to at least sip one sip of the coffee before I leave, and I couldn't have any. So that was strike one. And then all I think about is when I could eat, food. What's going on with me now? Because I could usually do this with my eyes closed and not feel a thing, don't feel hungry. My belly growling, making noise all out in meters. I'm like, I don't know what going on.
Right. So because it's on your map and it registered,
and it's on my
it become
mind.
a little bit distracting for you.
It's very difficult. So when you tell me you want to talk about this, I'm like, and you kind of get caught there and hit headlights. It's like, okay, we can't talk about X, Y, and Z. All I see in my head is Z, Y, X, 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 Z, Y, Z, Z, Y, X, Z. That's just how my brain is work sometimes.
Well, the flip side for me is that if I feel like it's something that is not sufficient value to the viewer perhaps or the listener, it put me under a little bit of a psychological pressure from the point of view of, okay, maybe I should stop now.
Yeah.
Maybe I should quit. I enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
But maybe I should quit from the point of view of, all right, this is not something that they'll necessarily be enjoying or they're learning something from it,
I saw that with the video you were doing with your daddy. And you had like 4 minutes of rambling at the beginning. He was like, do you want to start over? And he was like, no.
Oh, yeah, he left it, yeah.
It's like, no, that's part of it. And you're like, well, I don't know if your users might enjoy it. But they do. Because they get like a behind the scenes.
Interestingly, I must ask him to look at the analytics for that video. Because
ask your daddy to look at analytics.
Well, I'll ask him for permission to look at it. No, because I'll be kind of curious as to get a sense
retention
of
rate for that point.
How many people turn away. Because they wouldn't necessarily. But
I was one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm joking. No, I listened to the whole thing.
And this is, what freed me from that? And I am trying to take it into the videos that I make now. When I started the Lyndon Baptiste Raw channel.
Yes, I remember.
And I was just recording, editing, and it didn't matter. So it kind of gave me a little release.
And
from
leeway
that valve.
And less stress of having to cut and this and that, and you just do your one takes.
And they performed wonderfully well. And in fact, by doing that, by starting that second channel, it hurt the growth of the main channel.
I remember.
Yeah, you cautioned me against that. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I was very much against it.
once
in the
again,
beginning.
you don't know what you're talking about. It
Once
might turn out to be
again.
true in the long run.
True.
But right now, you don't know what you're talking about, okay?
It's like, you're not the YouTuber. Leave it to the YouTubers. It's like, okay, partner.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell Kimberly that. She's making that up. Yeah.
How come you get to clear the air when I making a joke?
All the good
but I don't
decisions
get to
that
clear
I
the air
have
when
made in
you
life.
making jokes.
Except getting married. Kimberly responsible for them.
You know, up to now, everybody's be like, whenever I see people, they're like, why didn't let the man stay home, girl? The man didn't want to go in the Indian Expo. Like, well, yeah, I didn't drag that man there. Like, he begged me to come. But people believe what you say because, as you say, when you craft things and you put it out there, people believe it. Hook, line, and sinker.
So wait, do you take? Oh yes, I use the expression "take heat," right? Like when you talk about the Indian Expo, the one with the excursion. you get a lot of comments with regards to that.
I was like, just like, you can't have women like that. But that's why you have to let your husband do it. I was like, oh yeah, he's making a joke. I don't even know where he is right now. I don't know where he is half the day. I mean, oh, they're taking it a little too. It's not that.
But does it put you under pressure?
No. I find it kind of funny. Sometimes I might be like, that was real out of timing. But then...
What, you mean something that I did?
No, not you. No, like the responses that... I know everything you do. Well, I would hope everything you do is in good jest. So I appreciate that because I do the same thing.
And I really appreciate that about you.
I do the same thing.
The people who I work with, I appreciate that about them.
Yeah, we could take
You
jokes.
know, mommy, daddy, even your mom. I like just put some little punches and she will call man laugh
She
at
go
it.
punch you back.
Yeah. I remember the time I was making a video and I was like, hey, y'all come over and hit my clout in the video.
She's like, happy too.
Yeah. Come and hit my clout in the video.
Yeah, so I don't take any offense when you do something. But you see, sometimes the responses might come in and I could take them. But sometimes it's like, oh yeah, come now. Don't take it so seriously. I expect people to take it in the jest that you're giving it out. But they don't. Remember the time when they called you when you made that video about why Santa left? They was like, what happened to you and your brother?
Yeah.
Da, da, da. I was like, all I know is a joke. Watch the rest of the video.
but I mean, it's kind of difficult when you're blurring the line between, you know, that
Reality
kind
and
of
joke,
vlogging
yeah.
and fiction.
Yeah.
And was a show and was make-believe and was pretend.
I guess you can't take yourself too seriously when you're putting yourself out there because there are a myriad of people and types of people out there. Some people understand sarcasm, some people don't. Some people appreciate sarcasm, some people understand it and don't appreciate it. Some people, they don't like being made fun of or being duped. Some people do like things like that. Whatever you do, it could be taken in a good way, it could be taken in a bad way. You just have to be prepared and thick skin to take everything. And luckily we have some supporters who just like patrol the scene. So before I even have a chance, if like you're urged to respond to something, like to defend yourself, I was like, no. And then you pass back and you see somebody already respond, like, behave yourself, like, go from here if you don't know the people you're talking about. No, he's joking, blah, blah, blah. I mean, sometimes it's kind of like, you really had to say you're joking there. People didn't understand that was a joke.
Yeah. So supporters, thank you very much.
Thank you
know.
so much.
Yeah, it mean a lot. Because for me, it kind of takes away from the joke.
To go and
When you have to
explain
explain
it.
or put a disclaimer. In fact, in the early days of vlogging, you could look back on the YouTube videos. Maybe at the point where we were building and we were working on the counters here, the cupboards and the counters. And I used to, around then, 2015, 2016, I would put at the beginning of the videos, this is a work of faction. Remember that?
Yeah.
So it's like fact and fiction.
And fiction.
And it was fun to do that. But then if it was leading up into something that I wanted you to kind of believe, kind of doubt, kind of question, it became necessary to remove those disclaimers. I think going back to that point you made, one of the best places to be is where you use thick skin, right? But you know, like,
not to be confused with tick. But clearly we don't know the distinction.
You know, beyond is beyond even being thick skinned is almost like, hey, you know, other people's opinion of me when it don't really matter. It's not really a big deal what somebody else feel about me.
There's a phrase, sorry to cut you, but there's a phrase I really like. What people think about you is none of your business. And when I heard that,
Wow.
that stayed with me. I love that. What people think of you is none of your business. And that's so true.
Yeah.
It really isn't my business.
Because you could put your best foot forward and in someone's opinion, you will always be a low performer.
Yep.
You will always be lower than the white line. And
On the road.
my cousin Neil is the guy to say that often. Southwest Adventures.
Yeah, boy. Big up
Yeah,
you.
man, say you're lower than the white line, boy. You see, boy, you so
And in the carcass, the white line real low.
Yeah, you say, boy, you so cheap, you wouldn't pay 5 cents to see a dog whining. Yeah, so cheap. They have a next one you used to say too, boy.
Hey, they
you
have
so
some
greedy.
real good jokes down there.
Like you go ask a man for a suck on a chin, boy. What's your greedy?
These are some like deep village type of jokes. I love it.
Profound stuff, man.
They remind me, they're in line with the jokes that Uncle Michael has in his books. Plug for Uncle Michael's books.
Yeah.
He has some really funny jokes in his books.
My mom's brother, his name is Michael Cozier. If you like work that kind of reflects on
Those
1950s, 1960s Trinidad and Tobago, you definitely want to check out his books. I had the great fortune of being able to work with him on his first 3 books.
For Whatever, Backward Never,
and
Benford Bailey.
So here's what. If ever you go into like Carcass area, because he does something fantastic. I had the opportunity of seeing this as well. He would, when people drive to Carcass and they go to that Constance area there, he would go and check them out and promote his work.
Serious?
Yeah. And I went with him, and he did well. Like
course.
about 3 or 4 different cars came and they supported him well.
They get a published book from somebody who's living right
autographed.
there.
So if you ever use that Point Fortin highway to get down to Carcass, beautiful
and take
road.
it in half an hour.
Take you there quickly, and you get down to Constance Bay. You give a call to Michael Cozier. His phone number is 731-0209.
Do you know my number by heart?
No. And you give him a call.
You know his number by heart.
You give him a call and you get his books. If you are into content that is nostalgic, that reminds you of that era, please check it out.
Bring back the
You can probably look for it
old
online,
days.
but if you're based in Trinidad, definitely recommend it. Good
Yes,
stuff.
some good stuff.
Good stuff. In fact, it's so funny that you mention it because about maybe last night, Katie finished her first book. The Wimpy Kid. I got a second book for her. And I said, I look forward to when she kind of transitions into reading books without pictures. I'll read maybe some of the stories from For Whatever, Backward Never for her.
Oh, she would love those.
Yeah. Because
I asked her, she said, Mommy, what should I read now? I said, do you want to read Daddy's book? She's like, no. She's like, it doesn't have any pictures.
No
pictures.
pictures.
Like, okay,
No pictures.
cool. I'll get next Wimpy Kid fair.
Yeah, but she's doing well with the reading. On that note, I feel pleased to have or to be a parent and to have children that we kind of get them to experiment with different things. They have their time that they spend on the iPad or playing the video games, is Roblox, is PTXD. They have their art time. They have their books time.
They have their outdoor time.
Yeah, so
limited these days.
It is challenging. It is challenging as a parent, especially when I feel like you have different tasks going on, things that you want to get done, your own responsibilities at work. Sometimes you just want even a quiet moment for yourself to be able to read 10 pages. Right now, I'm reading. Is it Lincoln Lawyer? You ever read that book?
No, but I've seen the movie.
Yeah, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the book now.
Matthew
really enjoying
McConaughey.
the book. Yeah, McConaughey.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, there's a series too on Netflix and season 2 just came out. I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the first season?
No.
I watched it by myself. Okay.
It was good?
It was good, yeah.
Good.
The actor did a good job. I think he's a Spanish actor.
And that's the beauty of being able to feed yourself creatively or even to consume work. You have a series you could look at, and you have books that you could touch and feel the paper between your fingers. A Kindle, you could go outside. So it's nice. It is a sacrifice as a parent. I don't even know how I end up here.
You're talking about
Books.
the books and Haley reading Uncle Michael books and then Haley reading on the whole. I miss reading. I don't have time to read.
But you know, Kim, I realize I could say the same thing, that I don't have time to read. I feel like in the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have been a little bit more busy around the house physically. And I give myself a challenge of 5 to 10 pages every day.
Like Haley?
And surprisingly,
You
I'm
make
up to
it
20 and 25 pages now.
a day?
Yes.
That's why I didn't watch the ways yesterday.
I just usually, yeah. But I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. And,
oh, you woke up early and read?
yeah, no,
Okay.
I woke up early and watched the ways.
Oh, okay.
You forget?
Because you read last night.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Your hobbies is how to take a backseat to your duties.
I do think reading is something that should take a backseat though. Especially if somebody have time to watch season 1 of Lincoln Lawyer.
I don't watch, you know how I watch things. No. If I could read a book while I'm cutting up and cooking in the kitchen, like if somebody had a book
Maybe you
there,
take it into
I don't
audiobooks.
like audiobooks. I've tried that. I don't know, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Do you listen to audiobooks?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll listen to it, but it's not for me. We were listening to Harry Potter in the car though, and it
That
was
was
going
very good.
real good. But that's because I read these books before. So I already know what's going to happen and know the movies like the back of my hand. So it's because I'm very familiar with it that I could follow. But when I'm reading a new book, an audio book, listening to an audiobook, 5 minutes gone, wait, what he just say? What he just say? Wait, I had to rewind it. Yeah, it's like, I don't remember. Who is this one? Where she come from? I don't do audiobooks. For some reason, I zone out because I tend to do that from time to time. I will just zone out and I can't hear you, and then I come back in the
Right.
next 2 sentences and I'm like, what happened there?
Yes. Yeah, it's all a bit intense. In fact, I was listening
Yes, have a
to
lot of focus.
a guy talk about listening to audiobook. And
You listen to an audiobook and somebody talking
Yeah.
about listening to an audiobook.
and he said it was such a pleasant experience to sit with an audiobook while he has the physical book in front of him
And somebody reading.
and somebody reading
I do that with the Bible.
and following along. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's curious.
But no, audiobooks are not for me. So I try that. I really do miss reading. I used to read a lot. I read Anna Karenina just back and forth going to work.
I remember that.
1,000 and something page
That's
book.
a tomb.
That was a really good book. But I used to just eat the books, and now I don't have any time to do that because when I'm reading, I ain't putting down that book until I'm done. And that is like hours and hours consumed. I don't have that time. If I
Okay,
get
so tell me
like
something.
for the last hour, we've been recording things, right? If I wasn't here, do you know what I'd be doing?
Swiping through TikTok.
I'd be packing stuff for tomorrow. I'd be seasoning something, throwing out something, cutting up something, soaking something. I still have to go and do that, but I'm now going to go to bed half an hour later because I still have those things to do. What is going to suffer is the clothes that I didn't fold because I have these things to do. So it's something has to suffer, and is unfortunately just the reading. I tried, you know what I tried reading? My favorite author, John Grisham. I was reading Grey Mountain because I never read that one. I got up to 150 or something, and I couldn't find the time to go back into it. And then I couldn't find, I think you pick up the book and I don't know where it is now. Because when you pick up things, it just disappear. I was like, I don't have time to go and look for this book. So the last book I read was Matthew Perry's book. And I read that on my phone because I could use my phone when I'm making the girls sleep. And I could read that in the dark.
So if a topic is trending, like around the time of his death, is when you got involved in that book, right?
I had downloaded the book before, I think.
Right.
I just didn't get a
But you
chance to read
committed
it.
to reading it at the point
I
when
read
he
it
died.
after he died, yeah.
So, like, trending topics might inspire you more to read.
Not really. I just read that because I was kind of heartbroken that he was dead and everything. And I think I wanted to understand it a little more because he didn't know the cause of death. So I wanted to see if the book had something. Because I was reading all of these things on TikTok. People would read like a couple pages. And I wanted to investigate, my investigative skills. How we even reach here?
So, are
But
there any
yeah.
other friends that have written books?
I think Lisa Kudrow had some books, did she?
So, would you be inspired to read her book when she dies, if she dies before you?
I would probably read it before. But as I said, when I have time is when I'm like cutting up food, which is what I put my headphones in my ear and I listen to the show that's happening. And once in a while, I kind of glimpse at the screen and I see what's going on. Most of the time, I miss stuff. But I understand because it's a show, you could hear, you could see, you're chopping up, you're sauteing. You know how much series I finished just by cooking? You're folding clothes, you're doing this. I can't read a book and fold clothes. I'm going to hold it with my foot and turn the page. I saw somebody had a gadget on TikTok, a book holder, and they had something that would turn the page for them. I was like, what? I need one of that. It used to be nice. I don't know if I'll get to read again.
Well, I think what we should do is we should probably
Stop.
look at clothes enough so you could go and finish fold them clothes.
Or read Grey Mountain.
No, you could fold the clothes. The clothes need folding. But a couple of things that we have in the pipeline is this is one of 3 podcasts that we have recorded for the night. And we'll tell you what one of the next episode that we'll post after this one is one that has to do with choosing a wedding photographer.
Oh, okay.
And it's based on our experience in 2015 when we got married, and we go into the cost of it, the arrangement, some of the things that we enjoy.
What to do, what to not do.
Yeah, and just the takeaway from the experience. If you made it to the end of this episode, let us know down in the comment section. I'd love to know. Take care of
What
yourself.
word should they
Should
they
I use
couldn't think of
special
a word.
No, I couldn't think of a word.
Grey Mountain.
Grey Mountain. If you made it to the
And
end
I
of
want to
this...
see how you spell grey because that'll tell if you're American or British.
All right. So if you made it to the end of this this episode, type the word Grey Mountain. Take care.